Well, good morning. Now, this is total crap. I don't like it at all. Like, even the sketch has some problems, as I can tell. The anatomy is far from awesome. Like, certain shapes aren't very expressive enough or something. I don't know, I woke up today and I don't like it. Like, in general, it's almost cool, but certain things need fixing. But I guess we'll come to that later. Right now, let's fix the rendering. I really don't like how these two light spots are so segregated. Let's make the light from the door a lot softer. And like all over the place, maybe gradually getting completely dark to the top. But at the bottom, we shouldn't have this, like, literally two segregated spots. It's looking really weird. So let's redo some of this warm light. Also, I feel like merging all the layers of the walls. I don't know why I segregated everything. It's more of an obstacle than help. Although, projected shadow from the SCP onto the floor and walls is a good idea to have that in a separate layer, because this is a pretty sharp detail, and changing soft light is really comfy in a separate layer, so we wouldn't ruin the sharp shadows. Okay, let's do some softness. Let's turn off the shadow for now, because it's not gonna look right anyway, where we haven't defined it yet. Oh yeah, it's gonna look way better this way. So, the light from the door will create like a soft gradient from the bottom to the top. It's gonna look pretty nice. Yeah, the door was horrible. I'm still not giving up painting at night, because even though the execution might be horrible, the ideas might get pretty cool. It's like, I think Hemingway said, write drunk, edit sober. Well, I don't think painting drunk would actually work well, but painting sleepy, that's a good replacement for that. Okay, then we'll be using a sharper brush, like Chiyoko, to create sharp changes between the wall and the floor, because right now it's just super blurry, and this one is the old one from the segregated layers. Go away, brush editor. Yeah. I'm still aiming for this first-person lighting view of a, like, horror game thing, but it shouldn't be so naked, you know? To make it clear, I'm totally experimenting here. I'm not exactly sure where we're going, so I don't know if I'll figure out some cool method of combining lights again, because we're not doing a great job with that so far, with combining colors, combining light sources. Right now I have to, like, draw around, paint around the cold light source, because it's just also there. We could be using just add mode or screen mode, but actually it's more correct to use add mode for situations like this. But thing is, we already have a bunch of stuff in the underneath layer. Yeah, it's not gonna work because I use color picker. It's gonna make things brighter all the time. Lighten. I'm growing to like lighten and darken mode so much. There we go. See how we are not touching the brighter cold light now. Of course we have some crap revealed in this area, but we can deal with that. So I guess it's kind of a good idea to, like, if you have two obviously segregated, two different light sources in the scene, it's a good idea to paint every light source in segregated layer in lighten mode. So in this way, color picker won't struggle because colors don't get distorted, they just get masked out. So it's kind of cool. Even though it's kind of a glitchy combination of colors. For instance, if I would just use a really bright one here, like this looks really weird, right? Just one bright color is eating away another bright color until it gets even brighter and gets some distortion of the colors, because each of R, G, and B channels eat away on their own. So some of the colors will be eaten away first. That's why we have some colorful distortion on the edge. But still, like, these edges, again, edges are usually not a problem, especially when you're just blocking in of some sort. It's not that bad, that's what I'm trying to say. It's way more comfortable, like convenient, to work this way. I wonder if there's something really close to Lighten, but maybe better in the sense of making colors not distort. Lighter color. Okay, I don't think anything changed. Okay, let's get distracted for a second. I want to try it out. Okay, I don't see any color distortion. And Lighten's a bit softer, but there is color distortion. So I guess that's the point. Lighter color thinks about colors, like it doesn't get any colors distorted, right? Yeah, but it's a bit... it looks drier, kind of. I don't know, what's else in here? Linear dodge. Well, that thing will be distorting everything a lot, yeah. It's not gonna work well with color picking. Well, I like Lighten for air perspective when it's creating this cool distortion of colors. In that case, it's kind of awesome. In this case, it's not exactly what we would like to have. Like, completely physically correct would be to use actually linear dodge, the add mode, because that's what colors do in physics. One light is adding all of its energy on top of the other light, and we get brighter and brighter, but that's a completely different approach, not very artistic, and again, not being able to use color picker is not a good strategy. Okay, you know what, let's go with lighter color. I kinda like it now. Moving on, let's search for a better lighting shapes. Okay, I really feel like erasing all this bottom stuff because it's really an obstacle now. Okay, I'm gonna use lasso. I really recommend using lasso really, like, a lot everywhere. Whatever program you use, make sure that lasso is somewhere very close to your hotkeys. It's literally one of the keys on my tablet. Sometimes I just use the side buttons and these buttons. And that's it. You can really survive without a keyboard, even if you're the kind of hotkey maniac as I am. Anyway, the point is that lasso is really awesome. Like, I have it as an ASCII on keyboard, and what's cool in Photoshop is that you can just hold ASCII, create a selection while holding the ASCII. Then I release the ASCII, and we're right back to the brush again. It's really comfortable to create quick shapes. Some artists actually use it a lot to build up the main shapes of everything. In landscapes or in silhouettes of characters really quick and adding other stuff. Or quickly, you know, we could kind of even work in one layer for everything if we would just like quickly select the shoulder of the character and then just add the shadow from it like this, you know. You can really work like that. It would work cool, especially in mentality of speed painting. It kind of works well. So, I don't know, lasso is one of the, like, it's the most important selection tool. Exactly, the lasso, the freehand one. Anyway, lasso is awesome, that's what I'm trying to say. So let's remove everything from here. You can see I strategically made the background in Photoshop, like this one, the non-working area, middle gray. That's to make sure that I see all the colors, the brightness of the painting, in more of a non-biased way. Because Photoshop is super dark, and my tablet is dark, and my glove is dark, everything is so dark, and it feels like it's totally cool when the painting is really dark, but it's not exactly correct. So you kind of have to have some kind of beacon that would tell you that, okay, you're going like really dark right now. It's not gonna look well anywhere outside of this dark interface of Photoshop. Make things brighter. And right now I'm pretty sure if I would have black background as I usually have, the whole painting would be way darker than this, and like we wouldn't have enough brightness and stuff. That's it. Okay, let's turn the shadows back on. Yep, you see they end up really fast, which is not supposed to happen. Also, we kinda need to have separate shadows for separate light sources now, because this shadow will go like this, and then it will disappear in the light of the other light source that doesn't have shadow there. And at the same time, this light source should be removing this sharp, tiny shadow from this bright light source. Well, I mean, for that we can use masking, so I guess let's do that, although it's kind of getting into too much of a layer-based thing, which is not really cool. But I guess for beginning, it's a good idea to use some layers. So anyway, we just add new shadow like this. and we're actually erasing the layer of the soft shadow in the mask. In this case, we kind of have a segregated layer for the shadow, but at the same time they're kind of like conveniently together, so it's, you know, it's just nice. Yeah, it should be way softer because obviously light is not that sharp. And it's really easy to use it now, like if I wanna like bring back some light in the shadow, meaning making the shadow smaller, I just use the white color on the mask. And we bring back the light untouched, undestructed. It's really, really nice approach to work with shadows when you're going with segregated layers and such. Oh yeah, this looks almost like a photograph now. Except not at all, and I'm a disgrace of an artist. Now let's do the same thing with the soft light on the character. So, gonna remove all the work done. Oh, he kinda looks creepier this way. Like he just has black legs. For no reason. What color was it again? Let's just grab it and go back to the future. Yep, like that. They're gonna combine together. This is a cool way to use lasso. I just really quickly selected this edge and used the dark brush to create a soft shadow on the hand from the leg. Also, the same thing can be done here from the thumb onto everything else. Less struggling with switching between sharp and smooth brushes. Added some reflected lighting from the walls onto the character. Kinda brings in some realistic feel to it. Okay, I wanna merge down the character now. Yep, let's do that. Okay, as we're paying more and more attention to details, it kinda starts working out. Like with such a sharp, specific lighting, it's really all about details. I'm pretty sure when we'll add a lot of tiny bumps on the surface of the walls and the floor and the body, it will look way better. Okay, I think it's time to switch to sharper brushes. I think we're ready. So let's work on some anatomy details. I'll keep this sketch on for some base, but I want to experiment a bit more, especially in this abdominal area. It looks kind of lame. Although, it's kind of cool that it's a bit not exactly dynamic, because when the creature is too tall, it usually doesn't look very awesome, like it's a bit, well, wrong. I don't know. It has to have this feeling like it's not exactly naturally beautiful. What's hard is to figure out how to point out super tiny differences and details, like super small bumps, and not bumps but actually changes of angle of surface, like between this area and this area, how different the light should be, and like choose these super subtle changes in brightness and make them actually work properly, like so the detail would be visible well, but at the same time realistically visible. Because these changes of brightness are super subtle in reality. And on top of that, you have to think about not only the angle, but the distance from the light source. So yeah, this is the thing I will be figuring out forever, I guess. Just getting a bit better each time, but never getting perfect at it. At least that's what it feels like right now. Oh wow, this is cool. Yeah, everything is in these subtle middle range shades of the brightness. That's how you make things work, but it's so like you have to pay so much attention to it. Like seriously, making it slightly more contrast than it should be just immediately ruins it. It looks dead wrong and you just don't know what's up. You're kinda smiling, that's not what's supposed to happen. Wow, this is looking pretty creepy, like working out pretty well. The only problem I have with the picture overall right now is a bit of like bad scale in the composition. Like on one hand, we really want his face to be far away in the distance and kind of like grab your attention to it and you're trying to figure out but can't really do that very well. So that's a good way of doing that kind of feeling. But at the same time, it's just maybe we want his face to have more space on the canvas, you know? Feels a bit like it's too small. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's actually totally okay. It's just that I love working with faces so much that I feel like I'm missing out on something. Yeah, he's cool. We just need to fill in everything with details so everything would make sense. Right now, this is looking really strange, so we have to fix that. But for now, let's work a bit more on the anatomy and such. Okay, creepy enough for me. I think it works, but I'm pretty sure my favorite way to present this picture will be kind of like a close-up on his face, not the full picture. Maybe because we have something wrong with the soft, warm light. I feel like it should be darker to begin with. Like I was doing it darker in the process. Like for sure it should be darker than his skin, right? Because he's white and the room is kind of metal. It should be way darker. So at least like this. And let's maybe add some details on the walls right now. So, let's see. Let's start with the lines of the tiles and all that, and then we'll see what we can do on top of that. Oh my god, how many times I'm gonna try this. Okay, cool. Okay, did some cool details on the torso. I think at least, I think it looks cool. I added a slightly brighter tone and added more details on top with this tone. Only at the bottom area so it would look correct. Now for tiny bumps and lumps on the surface and scratches. So let's at least mark in some of that. Oh my, it feels so much more realistic right away, as you add the hints of interacting of surfaces in the painting, like it becomes actually living scene. Okay, I guess this is it for now. This is turning out really cool. I hope so. I hope I will think the same way tomorrow. But for now, I don't know, I feel like it's really awesome. Yeah, details on the wall and details on the torso and the neck part and the head really do wonders here. Now we have a lot of details left to work on in the bottom part of the creature. And yeah, maybe more details on the background as well. Also, we should add some color to the creature itself. Like, yes, it doesn't have any pigmentation, but first of all, some blood should stay on him after eating all the people. And the other thing is just that, you know, just dirt from whatever should be also colorful. Like, it's not necessarily his skin color, but yeah, we should add some color to him. It's gonna be done in multiply mode, and then highlights on top, so it's gonna be neato. Easy to work, I mean. Well anyway, tell me what you think, I'll be waiting for your comments while painting something else. But for now, this is it. And I thank you for watching if you did, I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend, eat soup with chopsticks, do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! Check out episodes about other SCPs in the description or somewhere here. There's like 3 of them. Hi friends! Hi friends! Ho ho! Hi friends! My name is London. Ho ho!